Folks, it's that time of the week again. It's time for week 3 of the NFL regular season. Welcome back to another episode of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk, where we not only talk about the Ravens, but we talk about everything going on in the NFL. I'm Dom. That's Gonz. We're here to bring you our week 3 predictions. Don't tell Gonz this, but I do have a slight edge in guessing these games so far. Gonz, you want to give them? I'm not trying to flex.
Yes, you are. That's okay.
Give them a little breakdown of what our record is so far after finishing week 2.
Well, what's up, everybody? Good to see you again. Let's go ahead and jump into the recap. So last week I finished 8-8, and Dom finished 12-4, and then this week I did a lot better, going 12-4, and Dom went 12-4 as well. So we tied week 2, but that brings the grand total for me to 20-12, and Dom is a 24-3, or sorry, 24-8. Man, I'm glad it's not 24-3. That'd be crazy. So yeah, he's still got a 4-game lead, but we'll see. He doesn't really like to. Well, he took some more leaps this week on not being as safe as he was week 1, and I guess that came to bite him a little bit.
It did. It did come to bite me.
But that's what we do here. We got you got to have unpredictability for the NFL. I mean,
and that's what it is. And one of my unpredictable picks, my upset pick of the week, was correct.
That's right. He did pick the Patriots.
The Patriots did defeat the Miami Dolphins. I just had a gut
score he got. He predicted
score was absolutely wrong.
27-17. No, pretty close. Kind of, not really. 33-27 was the final in Miami. Tua just
somebody did score 27. Just to let the record show, somebody scored 27.
Well, Tua. I mean, I don't even know how he missed the tight end on 4th down. There was a guy standing open in the flat, jumping up and down like a cheerleader, and he just threw it into double coverage and got it intercepted. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Miami, but looks like Tua is not the guy. So we'll see. I don't know.
We'll see how Miami goes the rest of this year. Is definitely interesting. I know there's already rumors of a Tyreek Hill trade maybe before the trade deadline. We'll see how that happens, because right now Miami needs some help. They need some mental health support.
Right. I was going to say
something like that. Yeah.
Right. I was going to jump to my upset pick. I had the Raiders beating the Chargers, and honestly, the Raiders defense, they were keeping them in it. It's just Geno Smith could not get anything going. And throwing 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. It was rough out there for Geno.
Not a great game.
But there were some drives where they were moving and they were looking good, and the game was tied. And then all of a sudden, after Quentin Johnson got loose, it was really no coming back from there. The Chargers defense really stepped up, but the Raiders had plenty of chances. They got the ball back like 3 different times in the 4th quarter, and they got no points on them, except they got a field goal to make it 9-20. So imagine if they'd have got touchdowns on 2 of those drives, it would have been a different ball game.
Whole different ball game.
But anyway, it wasn't a terrible pick by me. I mean, the Raiders did have their chances. They got to get their offense straightened out. And then lastly, the Pittsburgh Steelers got a loss where we both had them winning against the Seahawks. I mean, that was I wasn't mad. I really was not mad.
I wasn't mad either. Like, I'm okay with being wrong in that instance.
Yeah, shout out to Geno Smith, or not Geno Smith. I keep thinking Seattle's. It's so weird. Now it's shout out to Sam Darnold. That's so weird.
Sam Darnold.
And Jackson Smith and Jigba and Kenneth Walker for sealing the game with that gigantic touchdown from 20 yards on 3rd and goal. That was insane.
Hey, he does, man.
Making the Steelers look human again, bringing the fans crashing back down to earth, and that's exactly what we needed. Because I was really getting tired of the Aaron Rodgers hype. I really was. And the Jets got blown out. So, now the Steelers fans are starting to panic. Like, oh, my God, how did we almost lose to them? So maybe maybe you're just not as good as you seem. So anyway, let's get into some week 3 picks, shall we?
All right, let's do these week 3 picks, ladies and gentlemen. You already know how I'm finna do it. I'm going to grab this screen here. I'm going to share this screen here, and I'm going to add it here. And we're going to get into the week 3 slate. Now, obviously, we're going to start with Thursday Night Football, which is set to go tomorrow night. We have the Miami Dolphins heading to Buffalo for Thursday Night Football. I'm not going to lie. We just talked about Miami needing to toughen the heck up. And I just don't know if they do it against this Buffalo team right now. So I'm taking Buffalo on this one. I think
I don't think we need to spend any time on this. I mean, you've seen how the Dolphins have been playing. I know they played better against the Patriots, but in the end, it wasn't enough. At home, too, which was shocking because they usually own the Patriots at home. But not this year. They just can't seem to put together any consistency during for their offense or just in how they play football in general. I mean, they fall behind multiple scores, then they look like they're rolling, and then they just don't. They can't keep it going. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But give me the Bills. I don't think this is going to be that close. We'll see. Maybe it could be. Maybe the Dolphins are going to show some desperation here, trying to get on the win column. Maybe it's closer than we think, but I just don't see Buffalo losing to the Dolphins. And I know they've lost a couple times to in the past, and this would be an insane upset pick of the week if you were to go with the Dolphins, but I just don't have the confidence. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, let's go Bills. All right.
It's in Buffalo, too. I mean, it's just –
and it's in Orchard Park.
If it was in Miami, I would have maybe tried to do that, maybe go that direction of picking them as my upset pick, but no. Don't give me the Bills all the way.
Yeah, it's in Orchard Park.
Now, Miami, if you want to get a dub, feel free.
Well,
yes, I'm a Bills hater.
All right, next up, we have our first game of the 1 o'clock slate. Green Bay is heading to Cleveland. I'm not going to lie, this is another one for me that I'm just going to roll with Green Bay. I just don't think the Browns' offense is moving on this Green Bay defense. They've been lights out for pretty much the first 2 weeks. I have no faith in the Browns. I have no faith in this Browns offense moving. Their defense could give Green Bay trouble if Denzel Ward is back. Myles Garrett is still Myles Garrett. I feel like their defense could still give them trouble, but I don't have a lot of faith in the Browns' offense being able to battle Green Bay's defense. So I'm taking Green Bay in this one.
This is an interesting game in my eyes because it's in Cleveland. We saw how they gave the Bengals a run for their money in week 1. You just wonder how effective is this Green Bay offense going to be? Now, I would say that they've been pretty effective this year, but I think the thing that's jumped off the page for me when it comes to the Green Bay Packers has been their defense. I mean, usually the Packers' defense has not been that good in recent years. A lot of inconsistencies, injuries as well. And they just haven't lived up to that hype that they thought they were going to be a couple years ago. And now it looks like through the first 2 weeks, they are that defense that they wanted to be. So I don't know. This could be this honestly could be an absolute barn burner of a game. But I still think I'd rather take the Green Bay Packers offense over the Cleveland Browns offense. But hey, Flacco, from what we've seen, he just hasn't gotten it going. He hasn't gotten it going. And do we expect him to get it going at any time and channel that 2023 form? Possibly, but I don't think it's going to happen. Give me the Packers in a close one, though. I do think the Browns will give them issues. I do think Jordan Love is going to turn the ball over a handful of times and keep them in it, but I just don't think it's enough. Give me the Packers in a close one.
All right, next matchup, Indy is heading on to Music City in Tennessee. The Titans, man, they haven't figured it out just yet. It's heading into week 3. I believe they are 0-2. Cam Ward, he's still trying to figure it out with his weapons. I just don't. And Indy's looking pretty good, on both sides of the ball. Daniel Jones has been a very big surprise coming into this season. I know at some point he'll probably he'll come back down to earth at some point. I just don't think it's this week. I don't think it's against Tennessee. I don't think this is going to be a blowout by any means, but I just don't think Indy. I just don't think Indy loses this one. So I'm taking Indy in a win again in Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going to keep going on the Colts bandwagon. I'm going to keep riding with it because I picked them now 2 straight weeks and they've done their job. Although last week was a nail biter and it probably shouldn't have went their way, but it did. Yeah, give me the Colts. I think their defense has been playing especially well. I know they did surrender 28 points into that Broncos game, but they were getting key stops at the end of the game. They were forcing punts. They were getting interceptions from Bo Nix and keeping that offense, keep giving that offense chances to go down and win. And that finally they did at the end and got that field goal. Yeah, Yeah, give me the Colts. I think, and I don't think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a handled game. I don't know what I was trying to say. I think they're going to win it handily. How about that? There we
go. All right. All right.
Give me the Colts on a 10-point win.
10-point win for the Colts. All right. Now, this next matchup is going to be interesting because we have Cincinnati heading to Minnesota. So, real quickly, neither one of these teams have their starting quarterback right now. Joe Burrow is out with turf toe. J.J. McCarthy, I believe, is out with an ankle sprain or something something going on with his ankle. So this is going to be a game of Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz. Now, my thing is who do you trust in this situation more? Do you trust Jake Browning or do you trust Carson Wentz? My mentality is going to lean more towards trusting Carson Wentz here in this game. I saw Jake Browning throw 3 interceptions. Well, I didn't see it, but I see the stats, and he threw 3 interceptions in that game against, I think they played Jacksonville, and man, they just did not they eked out that game with a win. They did indeed win that game, but it just, for me, I just don't think that this Minnesota team is going to let you get away with that. I don't think that this Brian Flores defense is they're going to come at you, and they're going to come at you fast. So I think Minnesota takes this one in a close game. Again, I don't see either one of these teams getting an edge on each other. I think it's just going to be an ugly game, but I feel like Minnesota ekes it out.
I'm surprised you picked Carson Wentz, that you trust more. He's barely played in the past few years.
I'm trusting his experience a little more.
Jake Browning, on the other hand, Jake Browning, on the other hand, has seen quite a bit of action in the past 3 years. I mean, if y'all remember 2023 when Burrow got injured in the Ravens game with that wrist, he saw some serious playing time going down the stretch, and at that, he was not terrible. He was actually pretty decent. He's a pretty good backup. He's gotten the job done for the Bengals a lot of times where there was a few games where he actually put the team on his back and made some crazy throws and came back.
Yes.
Some teams like the Minnesota Vikings, ironically, a few years ago when they had Nick Mullins as their quarterback.
Nick Mullins.
Remember that? Yeah, I know you do. So I'm surprised you went with Carson Wentz over Browning. You trust more.
And I also feel as though I trust Kevin O'Connell more than Zach Taylor.
There you go. That's better.
And that's so here's where
the main thing. I'm different than you in these reasons here. I think the quarterback edge goes to Cincinnati, and I don't think it's close. I'd rather have Browning than Carson Wentz, honestly. But like you said, the coaching staff, Brian Flores, Kevin O'Connell, I think that defense can really make more plays than the Jacksonville defense. So if he threw 3 picks to the Jaguars, he's going to have to really shore up his game if he wants to steal a victory here in Minnesota. And as I just literally said, it's in Minnesota, and that bodes well for the Vikings. But honestly, I don't know if I trust the Vikings offense. I mean, I know McCarthy had issues last week. They scored 6 points. That's not enough. Yeah. You got to get Justin Jefferson involved some more. You got to get these weapons involved more. And I believe, are they getting Addison back for this game, or is it next week? I don't remember.
Let me check.
That'll be an impact. That'll have an impact as well. But
yep, I'm gonna go ahead. They will not have Addison back until week 4.
I don't know, man. Give me the Bengals in this one.
Oh, okay.
Give me the Bengals. I think Browning. I just think that the edge goes to Browning over Carson Wentz. And I know I hate that, and I want them to lose. But part of my reasoning is if they lose, that means I get a point for my record, and if they win, I get a point for my record. If they lose, I don't care because they're the Bengals and I hate them. So give me the Bengals, though. I feel like they have a better chance.
Win-win. Okay, so I'm rocking with the Vikes. Gonz is rocking with the Bengals. All right, another divisional opponent traveling. So we have the Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the New England Patriots in Boston. Very fun game the Patriots put on last week against the Miami Dolphins. We had special teams plays, deep plays. It was just back and forth in that game. Pittsburgh is going to look for a bounce back, after getting not walloped. I just like saying that because I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers hater as well. But after getting beat by the Seattle Seahawks, they will look for a bounce back. Is it bad that I low-key want to take New England again in this one? Like, is it bad that I'm thinking about it? I'm thinking about taking New England again in this one. I don't I just don't know. I feel as though New England's defense can match up well against this Pittsburgh offense. I mean,
do it. Go for it.
I kind of want to do it, but then I'm just looking at I don't know, man. F it. You only live once. I'm going with New England. I think they take it.
Oh, yeah.
I think they take it. I think they take it. Matter of fact, that might be my upset again for this week.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's got the line barely 1.5.
Yeah, I think it might be my upset again because I don't know, man. I just have faith that they'll take them out. I don't know.
Give me Pittsburgh, and it'd be fine because if I pick them and they lose, I don't care. Dom can make me have a punishment on this competition. That's okay. That's fine. But honestly, I will not be angry if they lose, nor surprised. But I feel like that the Patriots are just still a little too young and developing to get this done. But again, would I be surprised? No. But I think that the Steelers offense will do just enough and force just enough mistakes from Drake May to get this done. But, man, I'd love to be wrong. Shoot. Prove me wrong. Go for it, New England. But I feel like that it's just going to be a little bit more the game's going to go a little bit more in the Steelers' way this week. I don't think they'll have any more blunders on the kickoffs. So give me the Steelers in a close one.
All right, Steelers in a close one. Now we move on to a fun one. LA taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. If I'm not mistaken, I know this is a playoff rematch. I just forgot when they faced off. Was that the NFC Championship? Or was that the
divisional round?
Okay, so this is a divisional matchup rematch between the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles. Gonz, you already know how I feel about the Los Angeles Rams. I'm very, very high on them. Coming into this season, I knew everything was just depending on Stafford's health coming into this year. I already forget their record. Scrolling back up real quick, folks. So they're 2-0. Philly's 2-0. So somebody's taking their first L this week. This one's tough, man, because you lean Philly. Of course, Philly's line isn't even that big. It's only -3.5. So they're not too big of favorites. I know that them being in Philly kind of gives them the edge, but I don't know, man. You know what? I'm going to roll with Philly here. I'm going to take Philly in this game.
Nice. Good. I'm glad you did, because I think that this is going to be a wake-up call for the Philadelphia offense, who's looked pretty subpar overall in the first 2 weeks. I was just telling Dom about this before we recorded. They scored 13 on the Chiefs and were able to win. They did pretty well against the Cowboys in the first half and then went completely dormant in the second half and almost surrendered the game against a defense that just surrendered 37 points to Russell Wilson and the Giants. So I don't know, man. I know they're winning games and they just beat the Super Bowl runner-ups, but the Super Bowl runner-ups are 0-2, first of all. And they just haven't looked that good. I mean, A.J. Brown, I don't see him much. He had one nice catch I saw against the Chiefs. It was like a one-handed grab. And more importantly, and I know a lot of Eagles fans are probably going to hate on me for saying this, Hurts doesn't look like he has to do anything. I mean, he barely at 100 yards. He takes off when he needs to, but this does not help the case for the people that are saying that Jalen Hurts is an amazing quarterback. This was helping the case for those saying that he's a system quarterback because he's not doing much. I mean, I don't know, man. They need a wake-up call on offense. And give me the Rams. I think this will be that wake-up call.
Ooh,
I think they can go in. And I think this defense can rattle that offense even more. And I know they're angry about how last year turned out. This could be a potential revenge game. Give me the Rams.
Okay. I like your
That's
conviction.
my upset of the week.
I like your conviction when you were talking about that. I don't know, man. Okay. I like it. Picking the Rams here. All right. Heading into the next matchup, we got those New York Jets heading to Tampa Bay. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw a report earlier that Justin Fields did indeed suffer a concussion in his last game. Just going back to the reporting here to make sure I'm giving you guys accurate intel. Yes, so Justin Fields will not be playing in this game. He is out. Coach Aaron Glenn already confirmed that. Per Yahoo Sports, he will be out with a concussion. I completely forget who the Jets' backup is going into this game, but it doesn't really give me much confidence for the Jets to win this one. So I'm going to roll with Tampa Bay here, especially since they're riding high after just knocking off the Texans on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I mean, the New York Jets defense has looked really bad the past couple weeks. They showed flashes against Pittsburgh, but ultimately surrendered 32 points. And no Fields. This is going to be a pretty bad game. Give me the Buccaneers. They're at home. They just got a nice comeback win against the Texans. Give me the Bucs.
We're going Bucs. All right, next match up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders heading to Landover, Maryland to face the Washington Commanders. Now, if I'm not mistaken, also, Jaden Daniels is also dealing with an injury. I believe he is day-to-day per head coach Dan Quinn. So his availability for this game is uncertain at this time. Now, it's hard to make a prediction without fully knowing if Jaden is going to be able to play. He underwent an MRI. He's considered day-to-day. If he plays this game, I feel as though Washington could probably win in a close one. If he does not, I'm taking the Raiders in this one. If he does not play. Washington has not looked great, in my humble opinion. At least these first 2 weeks, they have not looked great. They scored 21 in a tough game against, I think it was the New York Giants week 1. I think they beat them 21-6. And then they did not have a great game against Green Bay. But then again, that's just that Green Bay defense doing what it does. Las Vegas Raiders defense is also nothing to sneeze at. Baltimore Ravens know that pretty well. So I think that if Jaden plays, this is why it's so tippy. I don't know his availability, so it's hard to really determine this game. But if he doesn't play, give me the Raiders. If he does play, I have the Commanders inking it out in a close one.
Okay, well, we'll have to talk about how we tally you up later. But anyway,
yeah, I know. Like it's hard to say. I just don't know how to make a prediction without knowing his availability. Because I mean, this is pretty much the start of training. I mean, we're practice right now.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm take back or
what's that?
Do you want to circle back or you want to give your prediction?
Oh, I was going to make my prediction. You can let me know if you want later if it comes to mind. Give me the Commanders. I feel like the defense is going to have a good game. Gino is just not. I don't know, man. He did okay against the Raiders, against the Patriots. Struggled bad against the Chargers. And I think the Commanders' defense has been playing their quarterbacks kind of tough at times. So, I don't think it matters who plays. I think it's going to be a win for the Commanders. I think it'll just be a better game if there's no Jaden Daniels than if there is.
So you're taking the Commanders either way.
So I think the Commanders. It's at home too. Give me Washington.
Okay. All right, guys. I'll circle back. I'll give a better prediction when I know Jaden's availability. I'll probably do it.
The Raiders also got to earn back my trust because I don't know, man. That was a brutal showing on offense.
I understand for sure.
And I credit the Chargers defense. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But credit the Chargers for doing their thing on defense.
Yes, sir. So next up, we have an NFC South divisional matchup. We got the Atlanta Falcons facing them Carolina Panthers. Gonz, who do you got?
Oh yeah, I'm on the Falcons bandwagon now, and I should have picked them last week. I was leaning towards it against JJ McCarthy and the Vikings, but I went with the home team, and I should have went for the team that gave the Buccaneers a run for their money. So give me the Falcons. I think that they handle business here against a young Panthers team still developing, although they were feisty last week as well against the Cardinals. But I think that Atlanta defense is going to pressure Bryce Young, and they're going to take home the victory.
Yeah, that pass rush is insane for Atlanta. They invested in that, and it's coming into fruition. Give me Atlanta here as well over Bryce Young and the Panthers. I think they still have some growing to do. So heading into this next one, Houston is heading on down to Jacksonville. Who do you got?
This is a fun one, honestly, because the Jaguars have been playing relatively decent football this year. They should have beaten the Bengals. They had the lead for a long time, but they couldn't close the deal at the end. They went for it on an aggressive 4th down and goal and did not convert and gave the Bengals the football back up 27-24. So you just imagine if they got to kick the field goal there or scored to go up 10, might have been a different game. Because then, as you all know, Browning took the Bengals down and got a touchdown on a QB sneak. So I don't know. And the Texans, on the other hand, brutal loss. I mean, their offense just cannot get it going. They had a nice drive to start the game against Tampa, and then they scored 3 points, and they went to sleep for the rest of the game. It was really tough. And then they got a field goal here and there, and then Chubb did bust a long run for a score, but there's just no consistency whatsoever. Stroud has no time to throw. Stroud, when he does have time to throw, is not making accurate throws. This is how I predicted that. I didn't think they were going to get it turned around, and I don't see anything that's going to prove it to me otherwise. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars at home.
Oh, shoot. I think I'm going to disagree with you here. I'm going to go with Houston. I think they're going to look to want to have a bounce back after dropping one to the Bucks. Are they 0? If I'm not mistaken, aren't they
0-2?
They are 0-2. So they need to fight quick and fast and in a hurry if they want to try to get playoff recognition. So at this point, I think Houston tries to come back, and I think they bounce back in a win against the Jags this week and then drop the Jags to 1-2 so they can get to 1-2 because they need a win bad. So heading into this next one and to now getting into the 4:00 slate, we have another fun one. We have Denver heading to LA to face these Chargers who are playing relatively well to start the season. Gonz, what do you got?
This is a really interesting game because you're seeing the Chargers do a little bit of what they did in the past. They get these leads and they start charging it, as we used to call it. But this year, the difference, they're able to overcome it. They're stopping the bleeding. Like, they're getting wounded. There's blood gushing out of their wound, but they're stopping it. And they're finishing the game on the right side of the football field and the right side of the ball, coin, whatever you want to say. So hats off to the Chargers and the coaching staff for fighting through adversity in these games. This is a tough matchup for Denver, and it's in LA. I got to take the Chargers, man. Their defense has really been showing out. I know Denver's is as well, but I got to go with the Chargers, and I don't know if that Bo Nix and that offense are going to make enough plays to get it done. And there's been crucial mistakes for Bo Nix too. They had a nice game last week, but big interception there at the end of the game to give the Colts the ball back, only up by 2, 28-26, and then they ended up winning the game. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I think LA's just playing really well right now. I mean, you knock off the Chiefs week 1 in Brazil. Tough game against the Raiders, like you said, but they overcame it. And I don't know, they're just looking, man. They're looking pretty good. Quentin Johnston resurgence here. I mean, he's playing even better than he ever has before. I know a lot of people were kind of questioning him these past couple of years, but he's playing great. McConkey's still McConkey. Herbert's playing extremely well. That defense is playing really, really well. I know Mac is out with an injury. Unfortunately, I think he's now on IR after the injury he suffered Monday night. But if they keep playing well like this, I mean, they potentially could take the division. If they keep playing this well, I know the Chiefs, they'll be back. I'm not worried about them at all. But yeah, I mean, I'm taking the Chargers too in this one. All right, so next matchup, New Orleans is heading on down to Seattle to face them Seahawks. Gonz, is New Orleans they going for that upset, or is Seattle just gonna say, yeah, this is us? This is us.
You heading on up to Seattle, you mean?
Up to Seattle. Sorry, guys. Listen, it's been a morning. It's one of them days.
It's morning?
You know what I mean.
I'm joking. I'm trolling. All right. Yeah, I don't think the Saints have given me any confidence to pick them in any game until they show me otherwise. I don't have any reason to pick them. So give me the Seahawks at home. Nice performance last week against the Steelers. There were a couple Darnold turnovers, but at the end of the day, they were to run the ball and suffocate that Pittsburgh offense. Give me the Seahawks.
They did give the 49ers a fight, I will say. The 49ers only won that game 26-21. I know Purdy was out, so it was Mac Jones leading the way. Shout out to Mac for getting the win. And also, I mean, New Orleans, like I said, shout out to New Orleans for putting up that fight. But I also agree, Seattle is also kind of cooking right now. After coming off that win against the Steelers, they are 3-1. I'm some 3-1. What the heck? We're in week 3. They're 1-1 this week. So I'm going with Seattle here. I'm going with Seattle to take it over New Orleans. New Orleans just have to show me a little bit more before I can pick them in one of these things. So next up, an interesting one. Dallas is heading to Chicago to face off against the Bears. Gonz, is Dak going to go over and rain on Chicago's parade, or is Chicago going to tell Dak, this is Chi-Town, stay out?
I'm pretty much done picking the Bears. I mean, until they show me otherwise. They're just not playing good ball. Their offense is not scoring enough points when they need to, and then their defense got torched last week. Jalen Johnson made his return, and now he's hurt indefinitely because he re-aggravated that groin injury that held him out week 1. So I just don't see it getting any better for Chicago right now. And that's a shame because they had a lot of high expectations coming in this year, and they had a great start to the week 1 game, and we all know what happens. I don't think they're going to stop Dallas. I think Dallas's offense has looked pretty good the past few weeks. I think that continues here. Give me the Cowboys and a relatively high scoring game.
Yeah, also I'm going with Dallas too. Chicago just has to figure things out. Gave up a comeback to the Vikings. Just got the absolute breaks beat off when they played Detroit. I mean, Detroit just showed no mercy. They dropped 52 on them. J-Mo had a day. Amon-Ra had a day. Goff had a day. It was just that offense was just looking explosive against this Bears team. So give me Dallas until the Bears can show us that they can consistently get stops in the clutch, because they have not shown it yet. Next up, we have an NFC West showdown. Arizona taking on them Niners. Gonz, what do you got?
The Niners have had issues with Arizona in the past. Go look it up. Go do the research. I think even last year the Cardinals did beat them. That being said, no Purdy. I really want to pick Arizona here, but something's telling me not to. Yeah, I just can't. I got to go with the Niners. I feel like Mac Jones is going to do enough to get it done. At home, their defense will do enough to stop that Cardinals offense. Give me the Niners in a very close game, but would I be surprised if the Cardinals won? Definitely not.
Going back to your earlier point about the Niners-Arizona games, so the Niners are 5-5 in their last 10 games against the Cardinals. So it's been pretty even as far as how these matchups have gone. Niners have lost their last 2 against Arizona.
What'd I say?
They won. Arizona won 24-23 the first time on October 6, 2024. And then on January 5th, 2025, Arizona mopped the Niners 47-24. So I'm not going to lie. I don't know. Without Brock Purdy, man, I'm leaning more towards Arizona here. I think we're going to go with Arizona. Who is right now both of these guys are 2-0. Arizona's been kind of flying under the radar here. But I think Arizona heads to 3-0 and they take down the Brock Purdy-less Niners in this NFC West matchup. Now we get to I can't believe they put this on Sunday Night Football. We got we got the Kansas City Chiefs heading to MetLife Stadium to face the New York Giants.
I don't know why you're being disrespectful. I mean, the Giants.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not being disrespectful.
And the Chiefs have not looked themselves. But go ahead.
They have not looked themselves, and you're right. I think this would make this interesting, as far as Sunday Night Football, because one part of me is saying I don't know if Russ and this offense can move against that Kansas City Chiefs defense. That's one thing. But also, with Mahomes and how this offense has looked for the Kansas City Chiefs with that Giants defensive line, it could be a struggle for them too. So it's interesting. I think Kansas City's going to win this game. I do. I think that they will bounce back. They're 0-2. You know the league is going to be like, hey, man, Kansas City, get it together. So they're probably getting together for this game. So I got Kansas City winning it, man. I just feel as though they'll bounce back because, I mean, if they go 0, now, mind you, if I'm wrong, I will be perfectly fine with it because I'm also a Kansas City Chiefs hater. I respect Mahomes. I do. I respect the squad. I respect their championship pedigree, especially these last couple of years. But I'm taking Kansas City here. I think they take the win over the Giants. They go to 1-2 and bounce back.
I mean, Russell Wilson is a formidable foe. I mean, they used to play each other all the time when he was in Denver. And Denver got the better of them on Russ's last year. I think, yeah, they did. They beat him at home. This could be a better game than people think, honestly. I mean, look, both teams are 0-2. Both teams took heartbreaking losses last week. I mean, shoot, if Russ makes a couple plays here and there, this could be a tied up, notched together battle in the fourth quarter. Who knows?
Maybe.
I don't think you're insane if you pick the New York Giants, honestly, because the Chiefs, while their defense has been pretty decent, their offense just has not done enough. That being said, though, I still feel like I'm going to give the edge to the Chiefs because Pat Mahomes is the better quarterback, obviously. But if Russ can keep it tight, who knows what happens? We'll see.
Who knows? Listen, like I said,
legacy game like he did last week. Shoot.
Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm perfectly fine, okay with it. I'm perfectly fine with if the Chiefs go 0-3. Not going to hate on it in the slightest. All right, folks, and we will not be giving you Monday Night Football just yet because Detroit is heading to Baltimore for Monday Night. Darkness Falls. They already released a theme for it. It's going to be pretty hype. So we're going to bring you that ahead coming up this weekend. But, guys, those are our predictions for this Week 3 slate. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong in the comment section down below. Is your team winning this weekend? Let us know why, because we would like to know why, especially one of these upsets. If we pick the opposite of your team, please let us know why your team will not be upsetted heading into this week. But, yeah, guys, that's our predictions. Gonz, any final thoughts on this slate before we get out of here?
No, I think we're all set. We're geared up for Week 3. It's going to be fun. Let's get it.
All right, guys. So again, thank you for watching this. Thank you for giving love to our content. We love doing this for you guys. Again, as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, all that fancy jazz. We're here to talk football. If you ever want to come on the show and talk with us, you can hit our Instagram or you can hit our email. Both of those will be in the link, will be in our description for you to send us any messages of any kind too. But until our pregame show, I am Dom. That's Gonz. We will catch you ahead of the Monday Night Football madness that is Detroit and Baltimore coming up. We're signing out.
Go Ravens.